In this tutorial, we are going to show you how to submit a finance request in order to request money from your student organization account, request a check to be paid to someone out of your student organization account, or anything financial related to your student organization account. So when you log into MineTracker at minetracker.utep.edu, you will log in with your UTEP credentials. Your organizations will show up here. You will click on the organization that you are requesting money for. You'll click on Manage Organization. Notice that you will only have this Manage Organization button if you are an officer in that organization. Once you click on Manage, you'll go to your toolbar over here, which will open up all of your organizational tools. Many of you are familiar with this because this is how you update your roster, about page, submit event requests, news articles, and other things such as documents, forms, have virtual elections. In this case, we have added this bottom tab since the fall semester of finance. So you'll click on the Finance tab, and it will take you to the finances for your organization. To go ahead and submit a financial request, you will click on Create Request. On this page, there are two different types of requests, and you are going to be creating a purchase request. We are not currently using this funding request option. We are only using this purchase request option. So please make sure you click Purchase Request. This will take you to the request page where you will submit a subject. So for now, I'm going to put test request. Description, you're going to tell us a little bit about what this request is for. Is it a reimbursement? Is it cash that you're looking to pull out of your account? Is it, payment or money to support an event that's coming up? Are you paying money to your philanthropy? Whatever it is, you just want to give us a brief description. So in this case, we'll just use a reimbursement. So I'll put reimbursement for items purchased for the spring social event. Here you'll put your requested amount. So in my case, I'm going to request $100 as an example. Then we get to categories. Categories is really important. Again, you're going to want to select the one that refers to what you're looking for. Are you doing a cash withdrawal? So you want to pull money out of your account? Are you looking to do a member reimbursement, which would mean getting money out that you're going to be using to reimburse any member of your organization that has already purchased items? Or are you doing a vendor payment request? Did you order something from a company? Did you purchase something from a company and now you need to get a check written to that company in order to pay them? In this case, we're doing a member reimbursement, so I'm going to continue with member reimbursement. Here you will be able to select your account. So I'm going to go ahead and click select, and it will show all the accounts that are tied to my organization. Quick tip here, if you don't have any accounts showing up, that means that your account has not been set up in MineTracker, and you will need to contact our team, which is sos@utep.edu, so we can get your account set up for you. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select test org finance account, or you'll select whichever account. Most organizations have one cost center that they use, which is a bank account at UTEP. It's called a cost center. Some may have more than one, but usually you'll have just one cost center. In this case, you're going to write the payee. So the payee will be either the member being reimbursed, the company that you're writing a check for, or the person who's going to be taking the cash if you're doing a cash withdrawal. So we'll put the first name, test name. Let me just fill this out. You will need to put in their street, their mailing address, because we will need to match all of this. So please make sure you fill out the full street, city, state, and zip code for the person that you're paying, whether it's a company or if it's an individual student that's a member of your organization. All of that information is important because they do double check and verify if the check is mailed or just that address is associated with that person's account. Here, in additional information, we ask you for an additional description for your request. If you have other information that you need to share with us about the request, maybe it's a rather large request for a large sum of money and you want to include additional details or purpose, that will go here. In this section, you want to tell us who the vendor is. So are you getting reimbursed for items that were purchased at Hobby Lobby, things that were purchased at Walmart? In this case, it's Zoom or Amazon or wherever it is that you purchased, you use this purchase for. If it is a cash withdrawal, then you can either go ahead and put NA, or you can go ahead and put the vendor that this money is going to be used towards. In this case, we will also need you to include the student ID number. So student ID numbers will be important for anyone who is receiving funds. So that will be someone who's picking up the check and the check's being written to maybe the president or the treasurer if you're doing a cash withdrawal, or the student ID number of the member who is being reimbursed. That will need to go here in this section. To be helpful, please include the name and the student ID one more time so we have them both together in one place. So in this case, if I was the one being reimbursed, I would put my first name, my last name, and then my student ID in this section. Here, you're going to want to upload anything, any receipt or invoice that you have. So this section is required for member reimbursements or vendor payments. So in this case, let's say that I was getting reimbursed for items that I bought for our spring social at Hobby Lobby. I would put that. I would go ahead and put my name here, and then my student ID, which is likely some form of 800000 with, the numbers of a full student ID. In this case, because this is a member reimbursement, I will need to upload a receipt or some sort of proof of payment as part of the request. So I would upload that file here. So you would go ahead and click upload file, and then you can select any file from your computer. Then you're going to check here that you confirm that all the information in this form is accurate. Feel free to read through it, double check it one more time, and then go ahead and hit submit request. Oh, I'm missing something. Additional description goes here. If you went ahead and did a full description here, not a problem. You can just copy this section and add it right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this request. And now this request is going to show up in my queue. So if you remember, we are back at the very first screen that we saw when we first logged into the Finance tab. So any pending requests will show here. These are some previous tests that we did. They were all denied, which is why they're showing up red. It will show up without a color for now while it's in the process, but it will show up green once it has been approved. And that is how you submit a purchase request. So remember, a purchase request, not a funding request. So that's how you submit a purchase request. Please look out for additional videos for how to continue the request on through the review and approval process, and how to check to make sure that your request has been reviewed and approved.